Let's go. 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 You know the frequency. Yeah, you know the frequency. Come on. You know the frequency. Yeah, you know the frequency.
I've been upgrading my frequency. I've been protecting my energy. I've been upgrading my frequency. No matter what, I protect my energy.
We off the grid.
Yeah. We are live on WMBO Radio. This is Frequency Live. And I am your host, B. Carter, Double D, Derek Demers, Charlie Perry. And this is the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. All right, guys. We start a little bit late. Technical difficulties. We're here now. We're here. We got a special guest. So excited. Charlie, we got a special guest.
5-star guest right now.
5-star guest. So, hold on. Tiny got to do that. All right. I call him Mr. Tavas. Okay. Most people call Tiny Tavas. I call him Mr. Tavas.
Tiny Tavas, definitely one of my most, I don't know, he's definitely one of the favorites of the Tavas brothers. If you gotta have favorites, this is one of my favorites.
Watch out now.
All right. We gotta introduce him. Hold All right, we're gonna introduce Tiny Tavas from the icon group, the Tavas. Put him on the screen for us.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Oh, Tiny, nice seeing you. Nice hearing you.
Is everything working fine now? I hear a lot of feedback still.
The feedback's probably on your end, another volume. Other than your phone, like if you just talk.
Okay.
All right. How you doing, Mr. Tavas?
I'm doing well. How's everything with you guys? What's the weather like?
You don't want to know. It's depressing.
It's been cool here too.
Yeah. What's the weather like out there?
Right now it's in the 60s.
In the 60s.
I'll take that. That was us last week, right?
All right.
Do you hear the feedback on your end?
I'm hearing echo, not feedback.
Okay.
Let me see. It's like triple. Did you remove the remove the vibrato?
Yeah. How's that?
It seems better.
A little better.
Yeah.
All right. I like to start off my interviews all the same way. I want to ask you a generic question, and then we'll go from there. It's a fun question. If you had an opportunity to have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would that be?
You know, make me go into a mood now. It would be my brothers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Great choice.
Well, that's a tough one because it would be my brothers and my father, and my mother, and my aunts, and my uncles, and my grandparents.
So get deep with it. Like, why I know, but I want you to. Why your brothers?
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I lost the connection to the phone. Can you hear me? Someone was trying to call in. I lost the connection.
Hold on, we have technical difficulties.
Let me
Dial
start
me back.
some Tavage song.
Yeah.
Hey, it because it would be the Facebook connection. The volume is up.
All right, guys.
Yep. All right. Yep. Wait, no, not yet.
There you are.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, why your brothers?
Say what?
Now, you said that you will have dinner with your brothers. I know why. For our audience, why would you pick your brothers if you had one choice to have dinner with someone dead or alive?
Again, just to be able to spend some more time with them. I'd also like to have my mom and dad present. So you're asking a difficult question because I would have to go back to the first one I lost, which was my mother. I'd love to be able to take her to Mother's Day dinner again. That's one of the things that irks me the most.
Yeah, and you say Mother's Day, but all the holidays not the same.
Oh yeah.
Someone just had a post on Facebook, and they talked about holidays are not the same once mom's gone, and
Yeah.
I definitely know you're feeling that.
Well, and again, the difficulty of trying to choose someone. Ralph came back to the group, and when he did, I got to spend very great times with him, quality time, breakfast, lunch, and dinners, airplanes, buses, trains, all that great stuff, out of the country, in the country. So the last time he came back and spent time with the group was probably the best time I've ever had with him because it was all adult time. He was still Big Brother, but it was all adult time. So this is probably not the kind of conversation we want to have.
All right. So,
Mr. Tavaz, I got a question for you.
Sure.
So your whole life, your brothers started, a couple of your older brothers started a group when you were very young. So you pretty much been in music your whole life. That's all you remember, correct?
For sure.
Yeah. Do you have any changes that you would have done at an early age? Like if you had to look back?
Nah, I wasn't athletically inclined.
Right?
Yeah, with that going again. It's now I'm bouncing back.
are you here? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So like I said, we weren't, I wasn't athletically inclined. I took up sports, but didn't like any of them. Wasn't about to become a basketball star, not at my height. And I wasn't about to get into boxing, even though Bucky Vincent did try to talk me into it a couple of times. Mr. Vincent was consistent, boy. He'd like, you got great shoulders. I know, Mr. Vincent, but no, thank you. I'm not getting punched. I'm not getting punched when I know it's coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm blessed that I was born into music and spent most 98% of my life doing it.
I remember seeing pictures of you and your brothers, and I believe it was the Jacksons in a softball tournament. It was softball game or something like that.
Yeah, we used to play softball with them, basketball. We'd get family against family, band against band. They're musicians and our musicians on the same field. It was baseball, basketball mostly. We never really got into any other sports with them.
I didn't know that.
I wasn't playing golf at that time, so I'm sure had that been on the
Yeah.
horizon, we would have been playing that too. I just spoke to Jackie a couple of days ago, and we reflect back on all the good times.
Now, Tiny, didn't you play with some golf with Jeffrey Osborne. Was it a few
Oh, I
years
play
back?
that. I play the Osborne, the JO Classic every year.
Yep, yep.
Every year. In fact, we just had one last August. It's usually almost every August, except for the period of the uh, the pandemic.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
can I jump in?
yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory of you being a musician? Like you play the Bee Gees, the bands, and you iconic forever, right? What do you have a favorite time?
Again, there's so many of them. Bee Gees at Madison Square Garden, uh, Marvin Gaye. I can, that list goes on and on and on. We did Jamaica with Maroon 5. There's a lot of great times. I got nothing to be sorry for. My father's favorite line was "No regrets." I think I've tried to live life as good and as clean as possible. So therefore, I have none. I got great sons. My sons always give me pride and joy. Um, in fact, speaking of which, I got to keep an eye on the time. I got to leave for the airport soon. Yeah, that as far as other musicians, we worked with them all. Al Green, Lou Rawls, uh, Gladys Knight in the Pits. That goes back again.
Okay. I'm trying to
I
get
don't
you.
know why.
I'm trying to get you a better sound. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, okay. The fidget is what's bringing it back. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we've had some great times in our life, in my life. I can't regret much of it. There were moments that I wish I could have gone back and changed a couple of things, but as they say, this is what it is. It's like the movie is that this is as good as it gets.
Right. Were your parents in music, or was it you guys just started?
My father and my aunt Vicky. Who am I talking to?
This is
That
Derek.
doesn't. You don't know about Flash and Vicky?
No,
Come on, man. Come on now.
my life starts with you.
Okay. Well,
Friend.
my father, my mother, my aunts,
Okay.
uh, my sisters sang, but never professionally. Everybody in the family sang, still sings. I still have cousins who follow Auntie Vicky's music. I've got cousins in Cape Verde and in U.S. who still, they still put on their little shows here and there.
Nice.
Then it goes to the grands and the grandchildren, Chubby's great grandchildren. Everybody's an entertainer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Um, I, Tony, I'd like to ask you a question about my cousin Anton Rose.
Okay,
You have a quick.
Ichabod.
Hey, I was just so fascinated seeing him, and that's how I got to see you guys traveling through the Bay Village, or hooking up with him or meeting up with him.
Mhm.
He was mainly, I never knew him as my mother's cousin. He was more like my mother's brother because they were so close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a quick story about him? And I know he always thought highly of you guys, and arthritis kind of killed his dreams.
It did. It did.
So,
Echo is back. Anson was a great musician. If he had lived to this time, he probably would have been one of the best bass players we would have ever had. The only guy who could play it upside down,
yeah,
and nobody could understand. I said that because I'm in touch with it with his kids,
yeah.
and still in touch with his brother. His brother, uh, Bruce and I talk all the time. And when I speak to the kids, that none of them really knew he played upside down bass.
Yeah.
So I sent them pictures. I said, "Here you go. Here's a picture of him upside down."
Mhm. He was a good mentor of mine, and
No,
I
he's a great kid. He was a great kid, a great man.
I have a question. What started the virus? How do you come as a group? What started you guys to sing together?
Well, coming in with voices, coming out of the womb with voices. was pretty much the start of everyone's beginning of music. Every single one of us was born with the talent. You know, you look at our children, they're born with the talent. You look at our grandchildren and their great grandchildren, all born with talent. I don't get even this day and age, the nieces and nephews who have kids are born with the talent. My grandfather was, people don't realize it goes back to my father's father played accordion and sang in Cape Verde. I'm still trying to get my hands on some footage or something, at least pictures of him playing. But I have his accordion. It's on display at the Cape Verde Museum. I'm echoing in Kentucky. You got? Yeah, it's still echoing.
Hold on. You gotta do it this way.
The Tiny,
Yep.
if you had to trade your voice with one of your brother's voices, which voice would you want
Which voice would I want?
out of any of your brothers?
I like the voice I'm with.
No, but that's not the choice.
You trying to throw them ringers in here, man. I'm gonna when I get home and giving you a beating. I'm gonna give you a beating. Tapaza tapong.
You know what? That's a great answer. I'll take that. You don't have to answer.
I like all their voices. You know, if I had to pick and choose a voice, it would have to be. I'd have to pick and choose a time for when I like specific voices. I've been listening to Tavares all day today, and when I listen to Pooch and Chubby and Butch and Victor and Ralph, I can pick Ralph out, and even in the backgrounds, I can pick up Ralph's voice.
So true.
So it's there's no way in the world I could say which one I would rather have. I think I have them all now.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I go on saying to people that I remember the time when we were always in the studio and I was always fighting with them. I want to sing the lead. I want to sing the lead. And they would just ignore me, say, get away from here. You know, the lead's already been chosen and it's not you. You know, now when you look at it, I'm singing them all just about except for Butch's leads. So
Yeah.
it's funny when they say, be careful what you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some couple of my friends, I won't mention names, call me fight guys.
Oh wow.
My thing was like when the Tavares were at its height, it was during a era where, especially compared to now, that you had to have talent to sing. You had to sing. You didn't have the technology to cover your voice and all that stuff.
No, I know.
You know,
No
so,
Pro Tools.
Yeah, all that Pro Tools. Like you had to sing. So, what is your opinion about that? As far as like, you know, singing now versus back then, where you really had to know how to sing.
Well, as Auntie Vicky likes to say, modern technology, it's we can't live without it. So it's that kind of a thing where, you just have to go with the flow. And at that time they didn't have Pro Tools. Fortunately, we had voices that didn't need it. But now some of the voices that are coming out in the market need it. I tell my grandkids, watch your intonation. So I'm sure at some point in time, they probably use Pro Tools to tighten it up. But for the most part, everyone in my family's got a pretty good ear, so they can tell when they need to fix a note. But with the technology, again, all you got to do is sit down in front of the computer and slide the note. There was no such thing as slide the note when we were kids. You had to slide it physically and get it to the right pitch so that producer and that engineer said, okay, I'll take that one. And that was after 6 or 7 takes. Okay, I'll take that one.
Yeah, so true. So don't they have mics that can control your pitch now during live performances?
Well, not to that extent. I mean, yeah, you can sing into a mic that that they can make variations, but I don't know how good that goes. I've never had to use one.
So what
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I'll tell you when I was a child, one of my memories of the Tavares I remember was the performance at Buntwood Park. Remember that stage that was on Buntwood Park that had the overhead?
The band show. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember, I don't know, I want to say it was almost like a free concert or something like that, that everybody just brought their blankets and chairs along the whole grass, and it was
On
packed.
chairs, yep.
Yep. And I remember you bringing up, the kids, the little kids when they were younger and performing. Like I remember as a kid. That was like
I
a
only
fond
lived.
memory.
I only lived about 3 blocks away.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I was on Moreland Terrace, and I can recall I rode my scooter up there.
Oh, did you?
I rode my scooter up through the crowd and got backstage.
Yeah, I remember that very
My earliest memory
That was
was
vivid, huh?
very vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Mr. Tavares. My earliest memory was going to the Zeitarian with my whole family, all 6 of us kids with my parents. And
Yeah.
I think I probably was like 13, 14 years old in Bedford.
Yep.
Oh, that's not possible. And I must have been only 3.
Yeah.
So hey, let me ask you, like, because just recently we had like LeBron James like playing on the same court with his son, right? How like special that was. Can you speak
Yeah.
on like you taking the stage with your kids and grandkids?
There's nothing better than it. I know exactly how LeBron feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the best performances for me were the performances I had with my father, singing with my dad on stage, singing with my aunt Vicky on stage, singing with my sons and my grandchildren. You can't, there isn't a Grammy that beats that.
Right.
So true.
Doesn't beat that.
And I just saw you like the last time you were at the Zeitarian. That's when I saw you on stage with Brent and some other young ones.
Yeah, the last time, or you're talking about when you were a child?
No, just recently at the
Oh,
Zeitarian.
the last one, Chubby's farewell performance.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was mostly the guys who had opened up for us was Marcus and Brent, and let's see who else came on stage. Ralph's grandchildren came on stage that night. I'm trying to think who else came up. Yeah, they've adopted Uncle Tiny. I'm the fill-in, so they spend a lot of time with me when I'm home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Got to make those memories. Keep making them.
Continue.
The Tiny, I have I love the pictures of the bike ride. When you guys used to start that off, and we basically, that was something that was very important to me, is trying to participate in the bike ride, and it got a lot to do with your family.
Well, you have a very poor memory
Yeah, I do.
because the bike ride was mine and none of them ever came.
See, this was that because of you?
No, that was because they didn't want to participate.
Wow.
They were always invited. Right? They were invited to the concerts, anything I did with the kids, especially the House of Music kids, and back in the day, Albina Tavares Association.
Yeah.
That those bike rides were done in our mom's name,
Correct.
and I don't know. I guess it's just being the baby. There's a little bit of a conflict of interest. I would say it is. It is what it is. Those are the things I gravitated to and thrived on, and it didn't seem to make any difference who was putting it on. I had a ton of friends, so it didn't matter to me. I'm blessed to have all the friends that I have and all the people who helped me organize. Colleen, Jackie Forts. I could list Debbie Santos. All my old friends from way back when. That was when they were my committees. Mona Silva, her husband,
Kenny, yep.
everybody. Kenny,
Yeah.
everybody was involved back in those days. We had all the club, the vets, the veterans, the YA club. was the other one down further south from the YA? I can't think of it
United
now.
Social.
United Social Club. Everybody got involved.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was definitely a community.
we had heavy
Community
duty
thing. It was great.
sponsors, heavy duty sponsorship. Everybody, whenever I went to knocking on doors or to businesses, people just what do you need? And then I'll write you a check.
Mm.
Can I give you some supplies for the water stop for this for that? There was all kind of stuff. We always got great support. And again, I owe it to the committee, Laurie Brickman, Victor's ex-girlfriend,
Mm.
who he has a son. His oldest child is Victor Jr. Everybody, their wives got involved. I'll say that.
So true. Yeah, definitely. Um, but you're 5 stars in my eyes. You definitely it's always been good to me throughout the years, but that's what a lot of people, is
I try to do that every step I make, like the song goes.
mhm.
I try to live in that light and in that, no matter how old I get, and I'm getting old, baby. I'm living 65 right now, and it shows when I try to get up too fast. It
Yeah.
shows when I sit down too long.
So with your knees and
Uh,
back making
and
music,
by the way,
huh?
time is 7:50. You're gonna hear my engine crank up pretty soon.
All right, yeah. I remember in that New Edition movie, um, they made a reference, actually showed your record. And I don't know if you seen that movie.
Yes, I have a copy of it. I
Yeah.
have footage. I have the footage that I saved of that moment. My kids made sure when they heard it and saw it, it was, Dad, did you see that?
Yeah.
You know they talked about you guys in the movie, and a lot of the interviews. I've seen it. Just isolated interviews where one or two of them would actually always pay homage to Tavares. So it gets a great feeling to know that the younger generation that was coming up behind us paid attention.
True, true.
And even with Pro Tools and everything else going on, a lot of those groups were just as powerful because they listened to it. Same thing when I brought my kids up on music. I made them listen to the right music. I didn't let them listen to anything that was garbage.
Mm.
So, they listened to Al Jarreau, Jonathan Butler, Luther Vandross. They listened to some heavy duty singers, and they pretty much emulated until they got their own voices. And if you see Marcus and Brent out on the road now, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen Brent a couple of times. He's great.
Yeah, my granddaughter Marlo, Lorraine, Butch's granddaughter has an awesome voice. Feliciano Jr.'s his daughter, Mina. Mina. Mina's unbelievable. You could Google her. Yeah, we got so many great voices. That's my next vision. So you can be first to hear. My dream is to have, no matter what sex they are, all the kids on stage, even if they come in and they're doing backgrounds, even if they come in and they're just our choir. I've always wanted to work with a choir. We've got a family of choir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'd like to see that come to fruition before my time.
That'd be
'Cause
something.
some really beautiful voices. Seriously. Marlo, Lorraine and I have, done duets together that are still up on YouTube. Uh, there's a lot of voices, and it's not just the grandchildren; it's the nieces and nephews, cousins. We got cousins, like I said, I got cousins. If you look on Cape Verde, you got a couple of cousins who sound just like Auntie Vicky.
Wow.
But for those of you who don't know her, go Google her.
Yeah. Hmm.
Derek.
he,
Yes, I will.
he said, Derek.
Hey, I think it's amazing you talk about like grandkids, right?
Yeah.
Think about like he's still performing at a high level, right? And then you
Yeah.
have like grandkids doing it too. I
Mhm.
mean, that's spanning like years. That's amazing.
Well,
Definitely.
those are the ones I look forward to performing with now. Like I said, I had great times when Ralph came back, and I wasn't ready for him to leave. Chubby had to leave for medical reasons. Wasn't ready for him to leave either.
Mm,
Hopefully he'll hear this interview and understand he's sorely missed.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
and any one of my brothers, they were all missed when they left.
Right.
Mm,
When they retired from, or when they, my brother Funna has a beautiful voice. John,
yes, yes.
also known as John Baptiste, he's got a beautiful voice, and every once in a while we lure him back onto the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have anything coming up like in New Bedford area?
Nothing that I know of right now. The closest we're going to get to New Bedford is we're going to be in the Poconos. We're going to be in New York the first week of December. We got a couple of private ones though in New York, so people won't be able to get into those anyhow. We got people who are traveling up from New Bedford to go to the Poconos. There's some kind of a tour coach.
Mm,
Uh, I think it's already sold out, but you can check with Viola. She might be able to give you some information. The Pocono show is it. I told the guys, Maurice Watts is the man who puts it on, and I told him, I said, this is very much it's indicative of a cruise on land. All
yeah.
the acts that he has, and the time, it's like a 5 day event. It's fantastic. It's at the Kalahari Resorts. If you can get there,
Yep.
you're going to see a whole lot of artists. That's why one of the things I like about cruise ships is so many artists. So people don't seem to put together. I think they need to recalculate what it costs to see each act on land, and then and multiply that times what it's cost them to get on a cruise ship, and they'll find it pretty much, with the food and rooms and cabins and all that stuff, it measures out pretty good when you think about if you got to pay a couple of $100 to see an artist, and then you got seven of them on board.
Mm,
So they got to do the math. Cruise ships, if you're going to see that type of a collective of artists, this thing at the Kalahari Resorts is it's a big collection of artists. So, and then you get to hang out. They don't just only see us on stage; they see us throughout the hotel during the time we're there. In our case, we have a show to do 2 days after we arrive, so we won't be there as long as all the other artists. But they get to do dinners, breakfasts, all kind of stuff with the other artists. It's a really fun time.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
All right, so we're gonna close this interview. I want to ask you, what is your fondest memory during this magnificent run of the Divide Brothers? What is there's something that always sticks in your mind?
Didn't you already ask that question?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, it sounds like what.
And my fondest memories, I'm gonna reiterate, is my performing with my dad and my aunt Vicky, performing with my sons the first time they ever stepped on a stage with us. Now they step on stages and they're full time, live musicians. Brandon, Pooch's son, comes and does shows with us now. Um, my fondest memories is always when it's working with my the other generations.
Awesome.
If I had to pick artists, it would just take way too long. I've worked with so many, and so nice and so great. The Temptations, the Four Tops. I mean, Otis and I, we're on each other's speed dial. I'm on speed dial with the Jacksons. There's no way in the world I could pick one.
That just goes to show that you're worldwide, just like
Yeah.
everybody else. Right? You and your brothers are worldwide, and and we're proud of you. We're proud of you, just as if you were our own family, man. Because hearing you and listening to you guys on various different stations or playlist on Spotify, it seems it's like, man, I know everybody in that group.
I do have one regret.
Yes.
Now going back to that other question, that my brothers didn't get to see the street sign.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Pooch got to see where it was going. I did get a call from my nephew, Anton, said that he had run into Uncle Pooch one day and he was out looking for where the sign was going. So he at least knew where it was going to be, but he, he missed it as well, and Ralph missed it. And those are things that I resent. I regret the most is that they didn't get to see it. And you know what? I don't even want to get into that subject because I really appreciate what New Bedford did for us, what Derek and the guys did for us. But check the news and see what Gladys got, and see what these other people are getting stars on the Walk of Fame, and it almost kind of feels like, did we miss something? Did we do something
agree.
wrong?
I agree.
Gladys got a highway named after her, just to say.
I hear you.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's good. We did get it done, but there's a little bit of a fish bone stuck in the side of my neck over here.
Yeah.
Because if you talk with Derek and the guys, you'll know that if I didn't bring it, it wouldn't have got brought.
Yes.
Sometime in life it would have got brought, but we probably all would have been gone by then.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to the point where I got tired of waiting, so I said, you know what? Let me kick some doors down and let me talk to the right people. And fortunately, the right people were in office. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Jean Costa, if she's listening in. She was very influential in helping me get to you guys. I asked her how she got her father's sign, and I went from there. And then when I was done with that, I called the people in Rhode Island and said, "Guess what? It's your turn."
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it shouldn't have had to come from one of us. We've got so many fans, but I guess nobody really thinks in that line, as to how to negotiate that kind of stuff or how to go about getting it done. So I had to take it upon myself to say, all right, let's get it done, people.
True.
Thank you guys, though. I go back to the night that it was voted in at City Hall. It's a great memory. I just wish the brothers were there to see it.
Definitely. I mean, I see that sign every day. I ride by it every morning. Truly, the names on that sign mean a lot to me, and I just want to say thank you for the memories, you and your brothers.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I tell you what, it really gave me satisfaction when I put it in my GPS and it came up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow, that's nice.
That's a cool thing to know that you're in Google Maps.
Yes,
Not
I
a
love it.
lot of people can say they're in Google Maps.
I love
We're
that.
on Google,
Yeah.
but be in the maps. That's a hard thing to accomplish, and a lot of people have to be talked to, and meetings have to happen. I can't even imagine how many meetings the guys, Derek and them at City Hall had just to even get it off the ground. And then when I first Googled it and I saw it, oh my God, it's actually on maps.
That's
It's
nice.
actually on my Waze. I
Yeah.
put it in Waze, and I don't even care if I'm not going there. I put it in Waze anyhow. And it keeps on telling me, no, left turn, left. No, I'm not going there now. I just wanted to know it's still there. The
Awesome.
one in Providence, I haven't been able to Google yet.
Hmm.
So you guys are ahead of them.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So any last questions for Tiny?
No, Mr. Tavaz, I appreciate you coming on.
I need to go. It's 8:02. I don't
Yeah.
want to be late to pick my son up. He's been traveling all day.
Oh,
Talk soon.
All right. Thanks for
yes.
coming on. We
Yeah.
appreciate
Bless.
you.
Hey,
Thank you.
we can do this again, and
Yes.
hopefully we can use something that's going to be. This seemed to work out. Now that it's working out much better. I'm not hearing as much echo, but it takes so long to get to that I was thinking Zoom's still going to be the way. And here's I'm going to let you see that. It's Ralph.
Yeah, Grammy.
I love it.
There you go.
It's awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Proud of you.
And that Contador's necklace came from the president of Cape Verde.
See that?
Wow.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Tavaz.
right. Thank you,
No,
Mr.
thank
Vaz.
you
Appreciate
guys.
you.
Thank you.
See ya.
That's good. I'm gonna light up the super chicken now, and when I do, you won't be able to hear me anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we
I
will.
look forward to the next one. Maybe this next time too, because I was hoping that Brent was going to be here. He would have been here if his flight was on time. He left to be at the airport for 10 o'clock flight this morning, and he finally got on a flight at 5:30.
Yeah.
And fortunately, because they took off and then came back,
Yeah.
they were up in the air and turned around and went back to Providence. So
That's
Lord knows it was one of those blessings. Again, it's another day where the angels were watching out.
Mhm.
Because that could have turned out pretty bad too.
So
But
safe.
keep saying prayers for us. We're always on the road. Pray for us.
I sure will.
Say hi
Okay,
to Pimp
gentlemen.
for us.
I will.
All right.
He's probably circling the airport right now. Fortunately, like I said, I literally live 5 minutes from the airport. People are saying, "You can walk." I said, "I'm not walking. I'm not walking." It's more like 15-minute, 20-minute walk. I'm not walking from the airport to come home.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
$5 Uber.
Wow,
That shows you how close I am to the airport.
very nice.
Yeah. So we'll do this again.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
look forward to it.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
sir.
All right,
Have a
gentlemen.
good night.
Love you all.
Love
Love
you
you
all.
too.
God bless.
See ya.
Mr. Tavaz.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That's priceless, man.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah. Sorry we got off to a slow start, people, because the technical difficulty.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're gonna have him on again because I want to. I had a lot more questions I wanted to ask him. But you got to realize the fact that where how big the divides were.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think
and,
they get like the acclaim that they should.
They
like,
should.
in my mind, like
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
I know because like we're local.
Yeah.
But I feel like Tavaz was like
it was a big thing in that Motown era, that era of
Mhm.
that music. They're big. They're playing baseball with the Jackson Five. You're talking about the GOAT, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, the Temptations and the Four Tops and
yeah. That's
all those Motown artists is like they're in a mix of that. And like that's a big deal. That's the height of any type of music.
Yeah, the Bee Gees. They had a song on Side Night
Yeah.
Fever with the Bee Gees. I mean that's this is all like big time. Like
They with them and the Bee Gees, there was a lot of collaborations. More than one. And but Tiny is send me videos of things that were going on in England with them, and thousands and thousands of people in another country waiting for them to get on stage. Tremendous. The I even just as soon was it last year and a half ago. I was trying to recommend that they go on R&B Money. You see other groups like the Whispers and all the groups that they came up with that they probably shared, the stage with at some point in time. I'm saying, put the brothers on there. That would be so nice, especially with, those two artists and bringing up things they could share stories about the Tavaz and what inspired them. Because, with Tank and Jay Valentine, there's no doubt in my mind they listened to the Tavaz music growing up, just like New Edition did. So I'm always trying to throw their name out,
yeah. I mean, how could you not? I mean, it's just iconic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, look at all the albums that B Mags has on the shelf.
Yep. We'll be messing up Brian's number system,
Brian
man.
actually wanted me to do this anyway.
Yeah.
So Brian had this whole wall here in the WMB1 radio studio, and he has these vinyl records of all kinds of artists. And back in the day, vinyl. And he got these Tavares records. If you want to see these amazing Tavares records, which one is this? This is
that's the best of the ones, I think.
right here, hardcore poetry.
Oh, that's hardcore.
Hardcore poetry. We got what's his line? Love
Line. Yep.
Love Line. Right. Then we got what's it? Sky.
That's,
What is Sky? What?
that's
Sky
one
High.
with
Sky High.
Yep.
Yes, Sky High. There's another one right there. Can you grab that one?
This one's one of the later ones.
The later ones.
Yeah.
There's one right behind you to the right too.
She freaks out the floor. Stop playing.
New Directions. I believe it said Bad Times on it. Yeah. Penny for your thoughts.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
And that's a song as a kid that I remember.
Yeah, me too. Like
You know?
that was like one of the first songs that I really remembered.
Yeah. And go, that's a good line.
Yeah.
A penny for your thoughts, a nickel for your kiss. Come on, I should have been to buy myself. So yes, I want to thank Tiny Tavares coming on and talking about those times of the Tavares brothers, and they still tour, they still perform. If you never saw them live, they're still great live performers.
And now,
Voices.
like the kids,
Yeah.
like I went to the Zaire and I saw Brent. Actually, the picture that you saw on my Facebook wall today when I posted Mr. Tavares.
Yes.
The picture was with me, Brent, and Tiny. That was at the Zaire 2 years ago when Brent was performing. So these guys are out all the time.
So yeah, it's a good feeling coming from a small city like New Bedford,
Yeah.
and having a music group that was so big, and I still don't think they got their due.
That's
think,
what I'm saying. I feel like they should have more due, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they could have had like a big star in front of the city hall or something.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yep.
Like or a statue in front of the library. You know,
So
or
something, you know, I get it, and Mr. Tavares kind of said it, like, you know, that sign, the street sign is fantastic, but I'm like, it should be like Union Street.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like something
Yeah.
more like, you know,
yeah.
just my opinion.
And that process takes a lot of time when you start thinking about bigger streets. But isn't the Tavares worth it? You know, isn't that time worth it?
Yeah.
Take whatever time you have to, but make it worth it. Now, if we started years ago, you know, decades ago, actually, you know, that process would have been done. You know, something would have been done. You know, just like we're talking about. You know, Union Street.
Or the Zaitarian.
Yeah.
Maybe the street where the Zaitarian is on, the Zaitarian itself, or a wing of the Zaitarian. You know,
Yeah.
because I have two awesome memories. One when I was a little kid, and then one a couple years ago where I saw the Tavares brothers playing.
Yeah.
And that's spanning, you know, 40 years.
Yeah. It's
I think they should have got a big star on the sidewalk or a statue.
hey,
We could have started our own Walk of Fame
Yeah,
yeah.
with the stars.
seriously,
Right?
Yeah.
No, right. That's what I'm saying.
seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be a traveling destination for people when they come visit a city. You know, and it's the history of the city.
Look
know?
up. I mean, every time you go to Hollywood, and that's one of the things you talk about, going to that star. You know, people coming into this city, hey, let's go to the Tavares Star.
Yeah.
Take a picture of it, do the selfies, everything, all that right here. You know, and the background could be something like City Hall or whatever it may be. It's
a selling point for the city. You know, how many people may even know that, you know, they remember the group Tavares, but they're from this city. It just makes the city more interesting. I'm talking about people from outside the city. You know,
I think they're from Providence, but they came here at an early age, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I do consider them from the city, but there are some Providence.
like, even Providence too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like
they get that Providence, New Bedford DNA.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, there's people in Providence. They bring back the older stories, the younger stories when they were at the Boys Club and all those different talent shows that they did. And then in New Bedford, we bring up those same similar stories because they were. If you look at their family, you know, we got family right here in the backstage. You know, their family is so huge and they're everywhere. So
Edmund can't sing though.
No, Edmund can't sing. Hey, one day
He must be a real distant cousin.
He used to sing in high school, and I used to just walk the other way. You know.
So I mean, the other thing, you know, he was talking about like Google and the street sign.
Yep.
Like you Google Tavares, right? That's how iconic they are. Shit's coming up left and right when you Google put their name. So you know they're way up there.
I seen this personally, and there's a lot of kids down south with the word Tavares. Well, down south is Tavares.
Yeah.
You know, and they were named based on these songs that we've seen. They, you know, they made babies. they made babies, and they put their last name. Well, the kid's first name is Tavares. That's how they say. And the last time I checked, it was like almost 80 names down there. And but I was down like in, I say, early 80s when I was down there. That name was popping up all over the place. There is a Tavares, Florida, right? But that's something different. But when it comes to the people that I've known down there, they definitely said it was because of this group. They named their kid after it.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah. Um, I would sing "Check It Out" for you, but I don't want Ed to go crazy over there. How he does his Barry White voice every week.
Yeah.
You know, but no, there's so many different memories I have with them and traveling down the South End. Just before they went on tour, or a combination of them and another group. Oh, by the way, rest in peace. Buddy passed away, who was also a colleague of theirs. And he was a musician. He worked for the school department, and he was a very dear friend of the Tavares brothers. So he had just passed away.
Yeah.
In fact, his wake was at Saunders this evening. Yeah, Montero, Buddy Montero. There's two of them. There's actually three of them. So but this one was he was married to Elaine. They years ago they owned a house on Palmer Street. Elaine's my cousin, Elaine Mendes, and Buddy and her got married years ago, and but he just passed away too.
So he's Cape Verdean, right? Tavares.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, because I think I remember like when the WNB1 did the float for the parade this past year that I was on. I think I saw him down at almost like at the end of the parade. They should do something for the Tavares, like at the end of the parade, like playing their music or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And you know what? Our own friend, our own colleague here at the station, Brian's very good at making sure that he plays Tavares music. Yeah. He's definitely. We're all proud of him.
Look at Brian's billboard over there with all the records.
Yeah,
that Tavares on. Mixed in with Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and
Rick James over there.
And we heard earlier off studio, the stories that Brian has.
Yeah,
that's comical.
Yeah,
you imagine just being doing a podcast with all of them, just sharing those stories. And with their friends. So. But I'm glad we made this happen. This is something that you can think of, and when I'm not rushing you, but when you become Papa Demers, and you got a grandkid, you're gonna say, I interviewed this, So
I think that's one of the things I think is so special about this is like he is performing with his kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
That is just to me is wild because it's a big age gap there, and they're still performing like together on stage. That's awesome.
And the grandkids probably think him and his brothers are the coolest people on earth.
Yeah.
But that's it's a good thing. So what we're gonna do, Berta? We're gonna talk about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, let's get into next week is Thanksgiving.
This week.
No.
Oh no. Yes. This week.
Yeah. This week. Next week. Yeah. This week. This week. Yeah. It's Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Officially Sunday.
Yeah. I'm still on last week.
Like next week. I'm like, what?
I'm out of it. What does Thanksgiving mean to you guys? As we get into more of this information era, okay, and we learn more about the history of Thanksgiving, is the whole nostalgia of Thanksgiving different?
Why are you looking at me?
No, I'm looking at both of you.
I like it for the family and meeting up. That's the thing I like. I do and it goes the same thing with Christmas. There may be traditional or original meanings why these holidays are here. Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and and the Native Americans meeting up. I get that, but the the true meaning for me on that particular day is that I have the kids over, family over. We enjoy each other. I love that part, and Christmas does the same thing for me. Just meeting and staying with family for a few hours or the whole day. It's very, very important to me. There are controversies about it as you were leading, right?
Yeah, that's what he was
You
going
know,
there.
he's going there.
I just want to put more flair into the conversation.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, for me, it's funny that you listen to Charlie. He said the Pilgrims and Native Americans.
Yeah.
So we've been on the air for a year, and I think we talked about Thanksgiving last year because it was like our second or third interview, and I did like a little like history thing about the Pilgrims, and I said Indians.
Yeah.
To the Pilgrims
Yeah.
and Indians, and someone reached out to the radio station and said, "Yo, you should be saying Native Americans."
Yeah.
Which is fine, but like I just thought I'd bring that up because I think it's funny.
I remember that. That was
Yeah, right.
okay.
Yeah.
And
But
it took a while to change it up, all of us really
Right.
more or less, even it took a while for some quote unquote Native Americans to even change it up,
Right.
Because I know when they were in school with me, they were saying Indians just like we were.
I don't think Indians is a bad name. Like it's
It was just where it's just another name. It's
Why is Indians bad? Because are we talking about because Indians are really from India? And those are
Columbus
Indians.
misnamed them,
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what he was naming.
Yeah, he was naming them. That's what it was. So
He
they're
just
not,
said Nate.
what we're talking about, they're not Indians because
Yeah.
the Indians are from India.
Yeah.
And we are Native American. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, I get it.
I don't see it as a big deal.
Yeah.
We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's just goes into what I was trying to do, get more deep in the history of Columbus naming.
So the history to me, and this is just my opinion, nothing's changed for me for Thanksgiving. Okay, the meaning of Thanksgiving. I agree with Charlie. To me, it's my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
I love the family aspect of it. I love getting together with your family, and there's not like the gift giving like Christmas. It's just different
Yeah.
to me. It's special, but the whole like Columbus and I mean, I want to like learn from our history. I don't want to like not celebrate Thanksgiving because of you know what I mean. Like I never
Yeah.
want to like cancel things. I'm not part of the cancel culture. I want to learn from it. I want to learn the history. I want to move forward in a better way and learn. But I don't want to like cancel stuff that is a
Yeah, we have our own meaning,
Right.
I'm not sitting down and preaching to the kids or the grandkids about, pilgrims coming over and all that. I'm not doing that. Hey, this is a good time. God bless us, family. We're eating, bless this food. That's our meaning. We kind of build our own meaning as, the family would be here, and meeting up. So I think, no, I'm not canceling it.
Yeah, plus the-
this, is Santa Claus who he is, or is it talking about Jesus Christ when it comes to Christmas?
Right. Good point.
So it's I just I love the holidays for the very reason that my family gets to meet and hang out, and watch football, basketball, and we're all hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as Thanksgiving. I don't look at it as Christmas. I look at it as the holidays.
Yeah.
It's the holidays where it gives us excuse, gives us the reason to prioritize getting together as a family. I feel I don't know how Edmund feels. Like I just want to bring up, our job. Starting this week is, it's like we'll see. It's not as, how can we say, fun.
Yeah, I worked for the post office during the pandemic. Yeah, that was that 2 months. I was there. I was like, oh my God.
It's just,
I mean,
it's ridiculous busy.
I was trying to bring sexy back in that, lifting those boxes
You know
and
what I'm
moving
saying?
things around. It helped me out. I was losing weight. I was doing well.
Yeah. It's real busy, real hectic. You if you go in that UPS building and see what that building looks like in the morning,
Yeah.
you're like, yo, how do we even get it done? And it's, me and Emin and I been at UPS for a lot of years, and I don't know how you feel, but I'm delivering it. I don't know. I'm like, we do it over, and I was like, I'm just getting sick of my job. But I don't look forward to this time. If we ask a lot of guys that do our job, they're like, we can't wait to get through this. So we can't spend time with our family because we're asked to work 6 days a week. And now we have the options if you want to work that 6 days, but still, it's a lot. And I was having this conversation with my cousin Lindsay, and they were in the Braintree Mall, and they were talking about, bro, it was already starting. You could just see it, and she's like, it's giving me anxiety. It's already starting. Yep. Like the whole aspect of people just shopping. You go into supermarkets, it's especially the last week. So it's a good and bad thing. That's how I look at it. It gives an excuse for people to come together, but the whole built up and all that other stuff, I don't know.
You just can't talk politics.
Yeah,
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, nah, I'll talk politics. Man.
Well, I'm joking, but they say don't talk politics at the dining room table.
It's over now. It is
politics and religion.
It's over now. It is what it is.
Religion and politics.
Religion too.
Yeah. It's that was the old timers always said, don't talk religion and politics.
Yeah,
and that's one thing you don't get into, and so true. But I'm always ready to talk politics, but and I do every day.
Yeah, politics is like, I love talking about politics too, but when you talk about like Thanksgiving, you have families coming together. And listen, in every family, there's going to be people that disagree.
Oh, they do.
Right? I don't care your background. There's always going to be someone or multiple. So
yeah, they're gonna they're gonna get out of it. You can hear that one conversation from one of the relatives.
Yeah.
They just say that thing, and everyone says, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Oh no, and then it starts up again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I love it. It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, it is.
Thanksgiving is
Thanksgiving.
By far my favorite. I don't. The closest one would probably be Christmas and then Memorial Day. Believe it or not.
Really?
Because you're still meeting as family.
Yep.
So it'd be those three that I really truly like. Easter and all the other ones, they fall, they're that's the lower level of holidays.
Yeah.
But I love Thanksgiving. It's clearly my favorite one.
I'm thinking about it now. I don't even have a favorite holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I like Thanksgiving. I enjoy it. It's cool.
Well, when you look at it, right? If I'm just what you just said, that's probably when your stress goes up, right? That's when everything gets elevated at work, and now you gotta kind of put on the smile for the holidays. You know what? It's like, look, I just had a bad day, and you gotta wind down every day.
And no pun intended.
No pun intended. I don't know. The weather's not good during these two holidays. Even right into the New Year. I don't even enjoy New Year. I'm being by humbug right now.
Yeah, your attitude.
No, because I never thought about it. Goes, what is a favorite holiday of mine? What's your favorite holiday of yours, Evan?
This is my favorite time of year. I got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. It's my favorite time of the
Nice.
Yeah. It used to be.
Yeah.
It is.
To you it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing is, like, I enjoy the whole Thanksgiving festivities. From what I was telling you, we've been doing breakfast for like the last
Yeah, that's cool.
Thanksgiving Day morning, like all the guys get together at 7:00, and then we go do our little celebrations, smoke some cigars, go to one of the high school football games, and then after the game's over, we just go to our family.
Yeah.
So that
Nice.
I look forward to that every year. Because you don't get to see a lot of the the guys that you normally will see. So that's
Actually, is
even
their home game
picture.
this year?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a home game this year, and on top of that, I've been working the last 6 years at night. So I'm gonna try to get it to the boys club for Wednesday for that group picture.
Oh, there you go.
I think I did that once.
Yeah, I did
I
it.
haven't done it
Once or twice.
6 years. So
I might meet you there then.
forward to try to get down there for it.
What time is that at?
David said like 6:30.
Yeah.
In the morning, 6:30 in the morning.
At night.
At night.
Oh, at night.
Right in the gym in the Boys Club.
Oh, okay.
Just meet in a big gym.
Yeah.
And then one of the photographers, it's usually Coach Barboza or Mr. Pino, they come by, take a picture for Michael Consaccio, and then and go there. He has some awards he's given out to some people, but I like the picture aspect because every year there's there's always someone missing the following year. You know, there's always someone passed away or unable to take the picture due to sickness. So real important, and that's something he started with his dad. You know, his dad was doing it with the old timers, and he just carrying it on. So good tradition. I like the meeting of and taking that picture. That's I think the most important thing.
I might be boom.
You going, Derek?
What's that?
You going?
No.
Why?
I mean, I've never gone.
You should go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be around this year, but
You're gonna be down south.
I'm heading south.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
See, now that's a good holiday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend Thanksgiving with my parents,
Nice.
so that they're not alone. So I'm already smiling about that. You know, I'm not gonna be with my kids just because they have another. Their other grandparents are coming up from Florida,
Yeah.
so it's like they're gonna spend some time with them. You know what I mean? And then I'll take them to see my parents in January or something. But
Cool.
so I'm gonna end up going by myself.
Yeah.
Kind of excited about it.
You gonna wear an apron, or are you just gonna sit around on the couch? Do
Nah, I
nothing?
mean, listen, I'll help my mom, but my mom's fantastic, and
Yeah.
So
You-
I'm looking forward to it.
She don't ask you to cut up things or do anything.
She likes to do it, but I'll do it. I'll help out a little bit.
Well, she don't ask you because you're probably messing up. You know, you're not
Nah.
doing it right.
I mean, I'm not the greatest in the kitchen, but I can handle my own, I guess.
All right.
You know.
Take pictures with you in the apron and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right? We need some promo stuff, right? We just talked about it earlier. We
Yeah.
need promo stuff. So in fact, in Florida, their football games I don't think are on Thanksgiving. They're I think they do them on they don't have them Thanksgiving morning.
Oh, like the high school
game.
Oh, I'm not sure about that
I'm
at all.
sure I can't.
Yeah.
I know it was different. You know, at least we had it the morning of Thanksgiving up here. So
I never thought about that as far as how big football is down there.
yeah, I played 1 year down there for Choctaw. It's Choctawhatchee High School. And we talked about Indians, right? It was Choctaw Indians.
Yeah.
Very, 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 I mean, most spirited school that year. Was unbelievable. Sprite came down and gave us an award. They had pep rallies every Friday before the game. You know, it was imagine the A and B period of the high school day. You were in the gym celebrating, and coach come on, do some talking up, and cheerleaders do some cheers, and we just get ready for the rival, which was similar to, just imagine if New Bedford and New Bedford Volk had a rivalry. It was that intense.
Yeah.
City rivalry, and it was thousands and thousands of people at the game, and you wasn't worried about it. If a home game here at Walsh Field, right? And then the next year is another home game, but it's on Ashley Boulevard
Right.
at Volk. That's how intense it was back, in Florida, because the rivalry was so close. You always had thousands and thousands of people there.
I mean, I think it's like that here, like Dartmouth, Fairhaven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not from the same city, but
Yeah.
I think there's some decent rivalries here going back and forth.
I like when it's city rivalries, but
Why don't New Bedford High School play Volk?
they stopped it at, I forget what year it was, and
on different levels.
I think Derek Rose told me it stopped pretty much when he was in school, 70s and stuff.
Yeah.
He
You need to bring
but
it back.
it was pretty cool,
It would be one-sided, don't you think?
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. It's kind of evening out, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Between the desire to go to Volk now is picked up, and so I think it would be a nice rivalry. But that's all up to athletic directors. It's that easy,
Right.
It's that easy. two athletic directors get together and they just say, look, this is what we want to do.
Yeah, let's
Let's
go
try
forward.
it.
Yep.
And I mean, the money must be good at the gate, why don't you do that for a lot of the sports? But
Yeah, especially where now everybody's just splitting up, going to after school choice. You got people from New Bedford going to Dartmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School choice, or people
Mhm.
going to Vogue. People going to Fairhaven.
Yep.
So just to get the community camaraderie, like why don't we all play each other?
Yeah.
Why don't New Bedford High School play Vogue, or New Bedford High School play Fairhaven, or
Mhm.
like at least put that group
It-
in the schedule.
yeah.
We're all close together, all miles apart. We all should play each other.
Mhm.
I understand back in the day when New Bedford High and we had all the best athletes there, that we're going to dominate like
Yeah.
mother, but it's not like that anymore.
No.
So, I think that to bring the community atmosphere into it, with all of us together in the same community, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah. 'Cause it's all about raising money for the athletic programs. Could you imagine, the money it would generate for each school, just by people only going a mile or two away from home just to go see a game? Chances are the numbers are going to be great. How many times did we play schools up in the Milton area, right? And they come down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's our home crowd, but it's not too much of their crowd coming down.
Yeah.
But if you kind of have it where
Close.
it's close by, guess what? The kids deserve it. They deserve a great crowd,
Mhm.
So
Even like a track, when you have a track meet, when you just have, Dartmouth and Bedford and
yeah.
Folk and Fairhaven,
Mm-hmm.
like all these have a,
Yep.
like I don't know what we could call it, and
Bristol County Invitational,
Yeah,
and just go,
invitational.
you just do it.
that'd be fun. It'll
Yep.
bring a lot of money to the game.
Mhm.
It would.
Yep.
You're having people that live so close together to come together and watch their child perform, and it's right there down the road.
Yep.
You could come in,
Mm-hmm.
but okay.
I mean, how many times you go to Burgle League, you got kids that play high school together, but they're on different teams.
Right.
They compete, they have fun, and so. But
All right. So let's
Is this the end? I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Is this the end?
Yes, this is the end of another episode of the Frequency Live on WNB1 Radio. I want to thank Tiny Tavares coming on as our guest, giving out great stories and trying to give him homage of his success as part of the Tavares brothers. What's your final thoughts, guys?
I thought it was great. And we got off the slow start because of technical stuff, but I'd love to have him back on with Brent, his son or something, get some more input from them and some more stories. I want to give a shout out to Jasmine. I miss her. She's coming back.
Jay Gluck.
She's
Yeah.
coming back. She was been away for a couple of weeks, so I think she'll come back next week.
can't wait. I'm same thing. I love Jasmine. Like when she kind of goes back and forth with everyone, and she's just that she's needed here. So stop with the vacation. You need to get your butt back here, and let's do this.
Yeah.
She's a huge part of us. But she works behind the scenes and doing all that different promo stuff. But and 5 stars to Tiny Tavares. I really appreciate you and the Tavares brothers. You guys have been amazing to me over my lifetime, and I'm glad he took some time to do this and come to WNB1 Radio and Frequency Live. It just definitely great.
So you can go on their website. You got this awesome.
I have the shirt, man. If I wore mine, we'd be twins today.
I got it a few years ago.
The hat I
Yeah.
do love.
Oh,
You,
4 years ago, I went on their website. See, they got a website.
yeah, they do. Awesome.
All right. I want to thank everybody. I want to do one more show before we take a little holiday break.
Mhm.
But I want to do the whole show with everybody here. Gotta figure that out about next week and the week after. So we have 2 weeks we're gonna work with. Before that, I feel like we're going on a little holiday break, so after the new year, and then start up a whole new year of the Frequency Live. So people, I want all y'all to download the WNB1 Radio app. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook, Frequency Live. I want to thank all our listeners and watchers, and we'll be back next week. Have a good night and happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you. Good night.